Hi everyone, welcome to Jitandra's Biology.
Water pollution. See, any unwanted or undesirable harmful substances, unwanted or undesirable harmful substances which are adding into the water, that is called as a water pollution. These water pollution sources, what are the sources for water pollution? That is industries first and foremost, factories, okay, industries, factories, next household waste, sewage, drainage, sewage, pesticides, insecticides, fertilizers, etc. These all are the main sources of what? Water pollution. See Nana, before industrial revolution, water has been not polluted that much, but after the industrial revolution, water has been polluted a lot. That means parishramika karana, అంటే nothing but industries develop అయ్యాక బాగా వాటర్ పొల్యూషన్ ఎక్కువైపోయిందన్న. Why? Because the industries are releasing the waste into the water. So that chemicals which are releasing by the industries into the water has been polluted the water. And moreover, the water which is clean, the water which is clean as well as that is no smell, that is very clean and no smell, we can consider such type of water is a purified water? No, we cannot. By seeing its smell and by seeing its that is a color, we can't say the water is a purified water or unpolluted water. Then why? Because in that there may be microorganisms, okay, దాని రంగు లేకపోతే దాని రుచి లేకపోతే దాని యొక్క స్మెల్ చూసి మనం చెప్పలేం నాన్న అది ప్యూర్ వాటరా కాదా అనేది. ఓకే, ఎందుకంటే అందులో మైక్రోబ్స్ ఉండొచ్చు, దట్ విల్ కాజెస్ ద డిసీజెస్. ఆ మైక్రోబ్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ ప్రెజెంట్ ఇన్ ద వాటర్ మే కాజెస్ వాట్ డిసీజెస్. So we can't estimate by the that is a clean and smell, that is no smell water cannot be that is a pure water. So that's why the water which is useful for our drinking purpose, the water which is useful for our drinking purpose and domestic purpose, that should be get purified, that should get what purified. This purification is done by either boiling, okay, and cooling down the water. And second thing is by using of chemicals like chlorine, by using of chemicals like what chlorine. So the purification of water is done by either boiling of water or by the chemicals like what chlorination, chlorine, and the process called what chlorination. So in this way the water which is useful for our drinking purpose can be gets purified. And moreover Nana, here one lab activity was given. This lab activity is about the, okay, that is the aim of this lab activity is to observe the pollutants, to observe what Nana pollutants, to observe what pollutants in given samples, in given what Nana samples of water, okay, given samples of water. And next you take that is materials. What are the materials which has been required here? Materials required, you take the materials required are nothing but water. We have to collect the water from what Nana? Tap water, well water, lake water, as well as lake water, as well as river water, and we have to collect from what? Pond. And along with that you have to take water tumblers, and next one is a litmus paper, okay, litmus papers. Litmus papers are two, that is red litmus paper and blue litmus paper, as well as a soap, as well as what? Soap. Now the procedure, what the procedure you have to do to know about the, that is the nature of the water means that procedure. You take the water tumblers in different water tumblers. In first water tumbler you fill some tap water, second one some well water, in third tumbler you fill some lake water, fourth one you fill with river water, fifth one with water pond water. And then whenever it tested for that is when you are filling it, you have to go for that is a litmus test. First you have to go for what? Litmus test. When it is a litmus test, you keep these red litmus paper. Okay, when you keep this red litmus paper, when you add the litmus paper into the water, for example here this is that is in a water tumbler consisting of water, tap water for example. In that you keep this red litmus paper. When you keep the litmus paper, what will happen? Then the red color of this, okay, the red color of the paper turns into that is a blue color. Then that water will be acidic in nature. That water will be what? Acidic in nature. For example, when you are testing with the blue litmus paper, when you are testing with what? Blue litmus paper, when that blue color of this litmus paper turns into red color, then it is nothing but basic in nature, or we can say alkaline in nature. Okay, if the red litmus turns into blue, that is acidic. If the blue litmus turns into the red, then that is called what? Basic or alkaline in nature. Next you have to that is by this litmus test we can know whether is acidic or basic nature of what? That is water. Now we can test the hardness. We can test what? Hardness of water with help of what? Soap. With help of what? Soap we can test the hardness of water. See, that is the water when it is kept in the where some soap is added to this water, if it is produced that is more foam, it produces what? More foam, and some water will produce less foam. Foam means here noraganana. Foam means what? Noraga. ఎక్కువ నురుగు వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ వాట్ అనా, ఇట్ ఈస్ అ సాఫ్ట్ వాటర్. ఇట్ ఇస్ వాట్? సాఫ్ట్ వాటర్. లెస్ ఫోమ్ విల్ గట్, దెన్ దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ వాట్? హార్డ్ వాటర్. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్. నౌ విల్ సీ ఇన్ ద tabular form. That is in the tabular form you see, you take water sample. Okay, next that is smell, next color, next pH value. In the pH value whether it is acidic or basic. Acidic or what? Basic. Next you can see the hardness. You can see what? Hardness. In the hardness we'll see what? Whether it is a soft or it is what? Hard water. Water samples, what you collected? First sample, it is serial number 1. In the serial number 1 what is collected? For example you think that is a tap water. Okay, and what is the smell? There is no smell at all, and there will be no color at all. And pH value will be what? It is neutral, neither, okay, it will be the acidic or basic in nature. Softness you take, hardness you take, it is soft or hard means generally tap water will be soft. Okay, and next you take second one, that is you take pond water. Here pond water smell will be what? There is also no smell in the pond water. Color will be the light green color. It is what? Light green. Why? Because in this that is nostoc will present. కొంచెం పాకు ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి లైట్ గ్రీన్ గా ఉంటుంది. It is acidic or basic means that is generally it is a basic in nature. What nature nana? Basic in nature. Next you take that is after the pond water we have one nana, you take lake water. The lake water also there is smell will be not there. Color will be what? It is a color will be light brown in color. Okay, light brown in color. Acidic or basic means actually it is a basic only. It is also what? Basic in nature. Soft or hard means generally it is a hard. Okay, the water will be somewhat hard. Pond water is also somewhat what? Hard itself. Okay, and next you take fourth sample. What is that fourth sample? That is a pond, lake. What we taken? That is well water. Yes, you take the well water. Smell is also not there. Color will be also not there. And acidic or basic means it is generally that is well water will be neutral, not acidic or not basic. And the water is somewhat hard in nature. The water will be somewhat hard in nature. And next one what? That is we are taking the river water. Okay. Next one is what? River water. You take the river water, how it will be? The smell is also not there. And here the color that depends upon the soil. From which soil that we are collecting, that color will be there. Okay. And next it is also neutral. The river water is also neutral. And the hardness is what? Soft. Okay. In this way we can serve. అంటే సోప్తోనే యాడ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఎక్కువ నురుగా వస్తే సాఫ్ట్, తక్కువ నురుగా వస్తే హార్డ్ వాటర్ నాన్న. ఒకవేళ రెడ్ కలర్ లిట్మస్ బ్లూ కలర్గా టర్న్ అయితే అసిడిక్, అలాగనే బ్లూ కలర్ లిట్మస్ రెడ్ కలర్గా టర్న్ అవుతే దట్ ఈజ్ బేసిక్. దట్ కలర్ వాట్ అన్న బేసిక్. సో ఈ రెండు టెస్ట్, లిట్మస్ టెస్ట్, సోప్ టెస్ట్ తోని మనకు హార్డ్నెస్ యాజ్ వెల్ as pH వాల్యూ తెలుస్తుంది. దిస్ ఈజ్ అవర్ ల్యాబ్ యాక్టివిటీ. కేస్ స్టడీ నాన్న. ఏ కేస్ స్టడీ of Patan Cheru. See, it is a semi-urban area. Semi-urban area. Patan Cheru is a semi-urban area. 25 kilometers. 25 kilometers away from what? Hyderabad. Away from what? Hyderabad. In that is most industrialization area, Nana. Okay. It is an industrialized area. Why? Because most of the industries will be present here, like steel rolling, pharmaceutical industries, chemical industries, as well as that is some of the defense parts preparing industries. Okay, and steel rolling industries. So many number of industries and factories. Pesticides, insecticides, pharmaceuticals, medical. Okay, so all these are present in this area. Therefore what happened? The 14 villages around this Patan Cheru has been affected due to this industries. Due to what? Industries. Here in these 14 villages, so many people got cancers, as well as heart problems, as well as respiratory problems, and so many people also got death due to this that is pollution of chemicals which are releasing by that industries in this area. And the agriculture lands, okay, that agri lands, that is agricultural lands which are present in this village has become barren. Barren means they are not fit for the process of what? Agriculture, due to the deposition of chemicals in that soil. And water is also not fit. The water is also got polluted, and thereby it is unfit for drinking. Unfit for what? Drinking purpose, even domestic purpose also. So this many problems has been occurred. By seeing all these things, what will happen? The Supreme Court of our India, okay, Supreme Court has been given a certain orders, okay, to these companies. What does that mean? First thing is they have to supply the drinking water. They have to supply water, drinking water to these affected villages. That is 40 villages. Safe drinking water. Okay, safe drinking water should be gets supplied. Okay, safe drinking water should be gets supplied. First thing. Second thing, whatever the medical treatment which is required, which who are affected by this all these problems now, so the medical treatment has to be given by the companies only for these victims. And third thing, that is there will be a continuous vigilance. A continuous vigilance has to be. What by vigilance means? A government officials will has to go and check that industries are following the rules and regulations of that is a pollution or not. They have to check it. And next thing is they have to be, moreover, as much as possible the chemicals before releasing outside, that should be get neutralized. They will get what? Neutralized. That means their toxicity has to be get decreased. Then only they have to release it water outside into the that is nature. So these are the some of the guidelines which has been given by this Supreme Court, or orders which is given by the Supreme Court in order to protect this Patan Cheru. Okay. And another one of the sad story is you take Musi water, okay, or Musi river. You know this Musi river was located in Hyderabad. Located what? Hyderabad. Once upon a time it is a freshwater reservoir. Actually it is a freshwater river. Okay. freshwater river, and it is useful for the purpose of drinking in Hyderabad for Hyderabad people. Okay, but unfortunately, due to the as the Hyderabad city is now becoming a global city and a mega city, and due to the increasing of population in the Hyderabad, then what will happen? The sewage waste, the drainage waste, and some of the industrial waste, of course some of the hospital waste, and all the dead bodies of plants and animals all been throwing into this river, that is a Musi river. And there what happened? The Musi river has been polluted a lot. So there what happened? It become unfit for the purpose of water drinking. So at that time what happened? The government of our Telangana has been taken, okay, a certain that is steps in order to control the Musi water purification. Okay, and of course that is a high court also given certain orders to that. What is that means? That is solid waste management. Mainly that is solids are being making the damage of this Musi water. So that's why before throwing of solid waste, that proper solid management should be done. That is maximum we have to say no solid should be thrown into the water, Musi water. And second thing is that is a low cost, okay, low cost sanitary, okay, low cost sanitary provisions has to be given to the water public. Then what will happen? To some extent we can prevent the sewage, and this wastage has been entering into this Musi water. And next another thing is that we have to bring the awareness among the people. Without doing this, nothing is possible by only one government, Nana. Okay, it is any government compulsory. The people should have certain awareness. Then only there any program will be gets which is taken up by the government will get successful. Okay, and being a responsible citizen, we also have certain responsibility to not pollute any natural resources. It's not only water; it may be air or soil or any plant or animal, anything else. Okay, so this, and next one is the proper, okay, the proper treatment has to be done to the chemicals which are releasing. Okay, the chemicals which are releasing by the industries, they have to properly treat it before releasing into the water. That is, they should be get neutralized, then only they should be released into the nearby water like these rivers. And next they have to remove the wastages which are being present. Okay, that is removal of sedimentation. Okay, the removal of water sediment which has been present, that under the that is under the bottom of this river, the waste solids, okay, like you take like a Ganesh, okay, ideals like the dietaries, okay, god deities has been get throwing into this water. Such type of things has to be gets cleaned away. Why? Because they are made up of plaster of Paris. They causes a lot of pollution to the water. So in that way, the any solid waste is there, not only deities, another solid waste, anything is there, that should be gets cleaned away, which has been formed as a sediment at the bottom of the this Musi river. So these are the following steps which has been taken by the on the action plan of what Musi water cleaning program. The main sources of water pollutants, of water pollution, that is two main sources are there. The first one are called as definite sources. Second one are called as non-definite sources. Definite and what? Non-definite sources. Definite sources are a single source, Nana. It is a single source. It may be industries. Examples, it may be industries or factories, okay, or even septic tank, okay, septic tanks or wastewater sewage treatment, etc. Non-definite sources are many. Non-definite sources are what? Many sources are there. What are that? That is actually in this also many there, but it directly releases. They are directly releasing that waste into the nearby water bodies. Whereas they are different sources, many sources. What are they? Example, you take landfills, okay, rainwater or irrigation water, or else you take construction, logging, drainage, sewage and etc. Suppose example, when the rainfall occurs, at that time along with the rainwater or along with the irrigation water, the pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, that the chemicals will be washed away along with that rainwater and combined mixing into the nearby water sources. So this is the that is two main sources of water pollution. Sinana definite sources అర్థమైంది కదా, సింగిల్ సోర్స్ డైరెక్ట్ గా అందులో ఇండస్ట్రీ నుంచి కానీ ఫ్యాక్టరీ నుంచి కానీ ఆర్ వేస్ట్ వాటర్ సీవేజ్ ట్రీట్మెంట్ ప్లాంట్ నుంచి కానీ డైరెక్ట్ గా వాటర్ నియర్ బై వాటర్ బాడీస్ లో వేస్ట్ రిలీజ్ అయితే దాన్ని డెఫినెట్ సోర్స్ అంటాం. ఒకవేళ కనుక రెయిన్ వాటర్తో కానీ దట్ ఈస్ అగ్రికల్చర్కి మనం సాగునీరు కానీ దట్ ఈస్ ఇరిగేషన్ వాటర్ సాగునీరు ఫ్రమ్ దట్ ఇరిగేటెడ్ వాటర్ ఆ కెమికల్స్ అన్ని కలుపుకొని ఆ రెయిన్ వాటర్ పడ్డప్పుడు రెయిన్ వచ్చేసినప్పుడు ఈ ఇరిగేటెడ్ వాటర్ అయినప్పుడు ఆ కెమికల్స్ ఇన్సెక్టిసైడ్ పేసెస్ అన్ని కలుపుకొని అది తీసుకెళ్ళి ఓకే నియర్ బై వాటర్ బాడీస్లో కలిపేస్తే దాన్ని నాన్ డెఫినైట్ సోర్సెస్ అంటాం. ఓకే నౌ ద categories, okay, the various categories of water pollutants, various categories of water pollutant అంటే వాటర్ పొల్యూటెంట్స్ ఎన్ని కేటగిరీస్ గా ఉన్నాయో చూద్దాం ఇప్పుడు. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ దట్ ఈస్ బయోడిగ్రేడబుల్ వేస్ట్. బయోడిగ్రేడబుల్ వేస్ట్, biodegradable waste means nothing but the excreta, that is excretory materials of water, that is animals and human beings, especially animals and water human beings. Whenever these excretory metals, okay, when these excretory metals of plants and animals are released into the nearby water bodies, in the water what will happen, the organic matter will be increased. When the organic matter increases, what will happen? That leads to the increasing of aerobic bacteria. This aerobic bacteria means what? And a bacteria which undergoes respiration in the presence of oxygen. ఈ ఏరోబిక్ బ్యాక్టీరియా ఇంక్రీజ్ కావడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, దట్ ఈస్ టోటల్ ఆక్సిజన్ ఈజ్ కన్జ్యూమింగ్ బై దిస్ ఏరోబిక్ బ్యాక్టీరియా. అంటే వాటర్ లో ఉన్న మొత్తం ఆక్సిజన్ అదే తీసేసుకుంటుంది. దేర్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్, remaining plants and animals which are present in the water will not get the sufficient oxygen and they will get the shortage of what? Oxygen. That is one of the problem with biodegradable waste. Second waste is called what? Plant nutrients. What is that? Plant nutrients. Plant nutrients are what? Especially you take nitrates, okay, nitrates as well as the phosphates, okay, such a type of that is a fertilizers we are using in the agriculture industries. That excess fertilizers will be washed away with running water. అంటే ఈ ఎక్స్ట్రా నైట్రోజన్స్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ఫాస్ఫేట్స్ అన్ని రెయిన్ వాటర్ తోని నియర్ బై వాటర్ బాడీస్కి వచ్చేస్తాయి. అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, దట్ ఈస్ ఎక్సెసివ్ గ్రోత్ ఆఫ్ వాట్? ఆల్గే విల్ అక్కర్స్. ఆల్గే ఎక్సెస్ గ్రోత్ అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ కూడా ఆల్గే ఎక్కువ గ్రోత్ ఏమవుతుంది, దెన్ అగైన్ దేర్ విల్ బి ద షార్టేజ్ ఆఫ్ వాట్? ల్యాక్ ఆఫ్ ఆక్సిజన్ విల్ బి అక్కర్స్. ఈ lack of oxygen is occurring and that leads to the death of the that is aquatic organisms. అంటే వాటర్ లో ఉన్న ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ కు ఆక్సిజన్ సరిగ్గా అందక they will get die. This excessive growth is called as what? Eutrophication. that is called what ana? దాన్ని ఏమంటాం? Eutrophication. That excessive growth of that is algae, plants and etc. due to the excess amounts of nutrients is called what? Eutrophication. Eutrophication leads to what? Lacking of oxygen. Lacking of oxygen leads to what? Death of the that is the living aquatic organisms due to the shortage of what? Oxygen. And the next one is heat. Nana. See, some of the industries as well as factories, what they'll do, they releases the hot water. Hot water into the nearby rivers. Nearby water rivers. When the hot water is entering into the rivers, what will happen? The temperature increases. As the temperature increases, oxygen content decreases. When the oxygen content decreases, again aquatic organisms will die due to the lack of oxygen. అంటే ఏమవుతుంది, ఇండస్ట్రీస్ ఫ్యాక్టరీస్ హాట్ వాటర్ నియర్ బై రివర్స్ లోకి రిలీజ్ చేసినప్పుడు టెంపరేచర్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది హాట్ వాటర్. వెన్ హాట్ వాటర్ ఇస్ దే ఆక్సిజన్ లెవెల్స్ ఆర్ లెస్. హాట్ వాటర్ లో ఆక్సిజన్ లెవెల్స్ తగ్గిపోతాయి. ఆక్సిజన్ లెవెల్స్ తగ్గిపోతే ఆటోమేటిక్ గా ద ఆర్గానిజం విచ్ ఆర్ లివింగ్ ఇన్ దట్ వాటర్ విల్ గెట్ డై. ఓకే, సో దట్ ఈస్ హాట్ వాటర్ లీడ్స్ టు వాటర్ decreasing the oxygen levels, and due to that is leads to the death of aquatic organisms. That is also one of the problem. And next is nothing but sediment. This is also one of the major problem, Nana. Okay, what is this sediment? This sediment, if you take, means the sediment mainly consisting, it is getting from by the floodings, okay, by the floods, okay, by the construction industries, okay, by the construction industries, by the logging of drains, okay, as well as that is from the various etc sources, from various sources, that all the waste materials will come and will be deposited at the bottom of this water bodies like rivers, and they are causing a lot of problem. And whenever the sediment will occur, the turbidity will increase. What is that, Anna? Turbidity will be increase. This turbidity increase, at that time what will happen? Again oxygen levels will get decrease. When the oxygen levels are decreased, automatically you know that organisms will get die. టర్బిడిటీ అంటే బురద, ఈ ఫ్లడ్స్ వల్ల, కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ వల్ల, లేకపోతే లాగింగ్ క్లాగింగ్ వల్ల, అంటే ఇట్లా అబ్స్ట్రక్షన్ చేయడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, అంత వేస్ట్, సాలిడ్ వేస్ట్ అంతా కలిసిపోయి కింద సెడిమెంట్ గా ఫామ్ అవుతుంది బాటమ్ మీద. అప్పుడు ఫామ్ అయినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, బురద ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది, టర్బిడిటీ ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు టర్బిడిటీ ఎక్కువైనప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందన్నా ఆటోమేటికలీ టెంపరేచర్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. టెంపరేచర్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయినప్పుడు ఆక్సిజన్ లెవెల్స్ తగ్గుతుంది. ఆక్సిజన్ లెవెల్ తగ్గినప్పుడు ఆటోమేటికల్ గా దట్ ఈస్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ విల్ గెట్ డై విచ్ ఆర్ లివింగ్ ఇన్ ద వాటర్. And next one is nothing but hazardous, okay, hazardous and toxic chemicals. Hazardous and what? Toxic chemicals. These hazardous and toxic chemicals are man-made, Nana. Actually they are not man-made in industries, okay, and they are especially chemicals. They are especially what? Chemicals. These chemicals like what? That is arsenic, okay, as well as lead, arsenic, lead, as well as cadmium, okay, as well as mercury, etc. These are the chemicals which are releasing by the various hospital waste as well as industrial waste, and they are going into nearby water bodies and they are causing a lot of water pollution. And you take, for example, you take motor oil, okay, motor oil అంటే మనం 2 wheelers 3 wheelers 4 wheelers యూజ్ చేస్తారు కదా మోటార్ ఆయిల్, ఇంజన్ ఆయిల్. In that one drop of this motor oil, okay, one drop of motor oil can pollute 25 liters, okay, 25 liters of water will be gets polluted, okay, ఒక్క డ్రాప్, okay, ఒక్క డ్రాప్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజన్ ఆయిల్ ఎన్ని లీటర్స్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ ని పొల్యూట్ చేస్తున్నానా? 25 liters. See how much we are polluting the environment, water. And the next one is nothing but pharmaceuticals, okay, pharmaceuticals. You take a pharmaceuticals, especially what is that? You take medicines, okay, as well as lotions, okay, medicines, lotions, you take syrups, okay, and beauty care products, okay, beauty care products, etc. Okay, these all are also causing the water pollution. Why? Because the industries, pharmaceutical industries are releasing their chemicals, waste chemicals. During production of this, some waste chemicals are produced. That waste chemicals are releasing into the nearby water bodies. That is also causing a lot of problem. And along with this, one more major problem is you take fluorine, Nana. Okay, what is that? Fluorine. Fluorine is one of the metal. Okay, fluorine is a metal. Adi ఈ వాటర్ ద్వారా దే విల్ గో ఇంటూ అండర్గ్రౌండ్ వాటర్. దే గోయింగ్ ఇన్ వాటర్, అండర్గ్రౌండ్ వాటర్. వెన్ గోయింగ్ ఇన్ టు ద అండర్గ్రౌండ్ వాటర్, ఎట్ దట్ టైమ్ వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్ ఫ్రమ్ ద అండర్గ్రౌండ్, ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ యూస్ఫుల్ ఫర్ డ్రింకింగ్ పర్పస్, దే కాజెస్ ఎ డిసీజ్ కాల్డ్ ఎస్ ఫ్లోరోసిస్. ఫ్లోరోసిస్ అనే ఒక డిసీజ్ రావడానికి యూజ్ అవుతాయి. ఈ ఫ్లోరోసిస్ ఏం చేస్తుంది తెలుసా? దట్ ఈస్ ద బోన్స్, ఇట్ గెట్ డ్యామేజ్ ద బోన్స్, ఇట్ కెన్ డ్యామేజ్ ద నర్వస్ సిస్టమ్, as well as it can damage the teeth also. These are the three main, of course to some extent blood also. These are the three main organs which are damaged by the, that is a fluorosis disease. The person is unable to, there is a yellow color spots will be occurs upon the teeth, as well as a weak skeletons, unable to stand also. They are always laying on the bed if the severe percentage of this fluorine will be increased. That is called a fluorosis disease, Nana. Okay, these are the various categories of water pollutants. Control measures for or control measures or control steps for what? Water pollution. First, that is treat, okay, that is industrial waste. treat what na industrial waste before throwing into the water bodies. అంటే ఇండస్ట్రీ నుంచి వచ్చే వేస్ట్ ను ఫస్ట్ ట్రీట్మెంట్ చేయాలి, దాన్ని న్యూట్రలైజ్ చేసి నెక్స్ట్ వాటర్లోకి రిలీజ్ చేయాలి. అలా పొల్యూషన్ కొంచెం తగ్గించవచ్చు. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ we have to again treat the sewage which is entering into the water bodies. Sewage which is entering into water bodies. ఈ సీవేజ్ నుంచి వచ్చే వేస్ట్ ని సీవేజ్ ట్రీట్మెంట్ ప్లాంట్ లో మనం ఫిల్టర్ చేయాలి. ఆర్గానిక్ మ్యాటర్ సపరేట్ చేయాలి అండ్ అన్వాంటెడ్ మ్యాటర్ సపరేట్ చేసి అన్వాంటెడ్ మ్యాటర్ ని we can throw it into what rivers. ఆర్గానిక్ మ్యాటర్ వీ కెన్ యూజ్ ఇట్ ఫర్ వాటర్. ఇక్కడ ఈ సీవేజ్ కి వచ్చిన ఆర్గానిక్ మ్యాటర్ ని వీ కెన్ యూజ్ ద ఆర్గానిక్ మ్యాటర్ విచ్ ఇస్ సపరేటెడ్, ఇట్ కెన్ బి యూజ్డ్ యాజ్ వాట్ మెన్యూర్. సో వాటర్ పొల్యూషన్ తగ్గించవచ్చు, దాంతో న్యాచురల్ మెన్యూర్స్ కూడా ప్రొడక్షన్ చేయొచ్చు నాన్న. నెక్స్ట్ థర్డ్ వన్ ఈస్ గ్రో ద ట్రీస్ ఎలాంగ్ ద వాటర్ బాడీస్. ఎలాంగ్ ద రివర్స్ అండ్ ఎక్సెట్రాస్, గ్రో ద ట్రీస్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ that is synthetic detergents. Synthetic detergents should be get minimized. The usage should be gets what minimized. So that is you should get a minimizing of synthetic detergents. Next instead of synthetic detergents we can use what biodegradable detergents. సింథటిక్ డిటర్జెంట్స్ అంటే ఈ సోప్స్ అలాంటి ఎక్కువ యూజ్ చేయొద్దన్న, దాని వల్ల కూడా వాటర్ పొల్యూషన్ బాగా అవుతుంది. And next you have to be that is awareness among the people. Awareness among the people, that is very important. Without the awareness among the people no program will be successful. And next one is you take that is awareness among the people. At the same time we have to take government as well as industries. Government and industries has take up a plan to clean this water pollution. ఈ వాటర్ పొల్యూషన్ ని క్లీన్ చేయడానికి గవర్నమెంట్ as well as industries రెండిటి ఒక కోఆపరేషన్ తో జరగాలి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ బెస్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇన్ ఇండియా యు టేక్ గంగా యాక్షన్ ప్లాన్. Ganga action plan, it is one of the plan which is to clean the Ganga water river nana by the government as well as the industries. That is the public as well as private as well as the government organizations collectively spending a lot of crores to clean this Ganga water. And next you take that this is about that. And moreover 3 R's principles. What are my 3 R's? The 3 R's means reduce, reuse as well as recycle. Recycle wherever the possible, that using of detergents maybe or throwing of pollutants into the water maybe you should get reduced. Paper like substances should be, the paper like material should be reused again. We can print it back and front and we can use as many as by that the pollution will be gets decreased. And next recycle, papers can also recycle, some other materials also recycle. By all these doing factor, by doing these things, then we can control that is water pollution. And moreover nana, the natural resources in the sense it may be the air, it may be the water, it may be the soil, they are divine gifts from by our nature. They are the divine gifts of water nature. So that should be used in a very judicial manner, then only our life will be sustained for more that is span. Otherwise if you are polluting these divine gifts and natural resources, then automatically our life become miserable in the upcoming days. And it is not only these natural resources are giving the scope of living or sustaining of our life itself, but also we have to safeguard in such a way that next generations also get this purest form of natural resources. అంటే న్యాచురల్ రిసోర్సెస్ అనేది నేచర్ యొక్క గిఫ్ట్స్ మనమే కాకుండా మనకు వచ్చే ఫ్యూచర్ జనరేషన్స్ కూడా మనం కాపాడి ఇవ్వాల్సిన రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ మన మీద ఉంది. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు యూజ్ ఇట్ ఇన్ వెరీ ప్రాపర్లీ. We should not pollute the natural resources.